Hey guys, welcome back to another Gaming Memories video. Here we are taking a look at another PlayStation 1 inspired survival horror game by the name of Dead County, and this game now is heavily inspired by the old school survival horror style games that was originally on the PlayStation and just primarily in the 32-bit era. So pretty much the premise of the story is that you're a delivery driver that gets caught up in some sort of zombie outbreak. You're on your way home from work doing deliveries, and then you get caught up by being ambushed by like loads of zombies and so forth, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. So your goal then is to try and get back to your house then towards the end of the demo. So this here game, like other games that I've actually done videos on, I'll leave links in the description and so that you can go and check them out. You can find a lot of these games on the itch.io website. The main reason why I'm mucking and creating videos like this here is because I just love the whole PlayStation 1 era style of gaming, but it's fantastic to see that a lot of developers and fans of these old school games are actually trying to create and recreate their own type of games based off these older type of genres, and that fact is that they're making them available to the public for people to actually see, which is quite fantastic. So we actually have been starting to see a lot more of these older style type of games starting to crop up on different types of websites and so forth. Some of them actually have been made mainstream where they've gotten releases on the likes of Steam, even to a point where they're on consoles, because they're so heavily influenced by these older style of games, and a lot of developers are opting to actually create them with the older style of graphics that those original games were based on in the 32-bit era. And quite rightly so, because to be honest, and in my opinion, the graphics, even though they are limited, they're also definitely some of the best styles available that you can get in a horror game, because even with the limitations, there's something about it that really stands out. Because the graphics, the lighting, with the style, these games in this era, if you've played any previous games on the PlayStation at all, if you've played the Resident Evil series, if you played Parasite Eve, Silent Hill, the graphical style of those games really add to the whole depth of the horror element of these games. These games were creepy. They really well. And a lot of fans are now starting to actually look back into that, and they're trying to recreate that nostalgia of those older style games and try to create their own ideas now and put their own spin on it, which is quite fantastic, and it's an amazing achievement to see it. And it's actually allowing this whole genre to be revitalized, and long may it continue, because from what I've played of some of these titles on some of these websites, again, they were never released on the PlayStation 1, but I just want to discuss them because I think that they are worthwhile talking about, because they're inspired by PlayStation 1 classics and mainly horror games. Definitely one of the most inspirational genres to be ever released, really, on any type of like console or video gaming. Because even when you look at the likes of different styles of games like RPGs and likes of racing games, yes, they do have different visual styles, but the one that's always kind of reflected upon the most is actually the survival horror genre, because there's more and more developers now starting to recreate these older school type of horror games, but in that old graphical style. And that's what's actually really cool about it, that they're feeding into that nostalgia element of all these games. So it's quite incredible, and it's definitely a good way for old school gamers like myself and other people to re-explore and to get a chance to play these newer type of games, but even to kind of just feed into that nostalgia of the memories of the games that we would have loved and known playing growing up. So it is a great way to experience that, and it is allowing new gamers to experience these games as well. So it definitely is a win-win, and I highly recommend that you try it out. Again, I'll leave a link to the page for this game here so that you can download it and test it out for yourself. So what I'll do is I'll actually jump back in towards the end of the video. I'll let you just watch away at this here and see what you think for yourself, and I'll just share a few thoughts on that towards the end of the video. So as you can see now here with the likes of this boss type character that you're trying to defeat, it definitely tries to reflect off those older school type of games, and it tries to feed into that nostalgia. There's a lot of elements in it that does remind you of old school games. Yes, the graphics in this here are all pretty much in 3D, but it does use kind of like fixed style cameras. Now the camera does move somewhat towards Witcher, but it definitely is reminiscent of games that have gone before it, and you can see where they got their influence from. So it definitely is worth actually having a go if you haven't tried it already. So I highly recommend that you give it a go. So I really do hope that you've actually enjoyed this video and that you've actually liked this type of game, and that you can clearly see why and how these games are truly inspired by classics of old and the inspiration behind them. So if you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and also hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be updated whenever I release future videos, as I do want to explore other games like this here on the PlayStation, and not just on the PlayStation but other games that are inspired by the PlayStation as well. And would you also like to see more of these style of games? If so, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. So until next time, make sure to keep playing those classic games and enjoying them, and keep those gaming memories alive.